Sci-fi has been in a desaturated doom spiral for decades because it's easy to imagine ruin and despair. And you need conflict to drive a story, right? Yeah, sure. But honestly, I call bullshit. We are living in an age of abundance. Longer lives, less poverty, and more possibility than any generation before us. And yes, there's still plenty of drama. We don't need another story about Terminators. We need a story that helps us navigate and imagine what comes next. Stories that ask, what happens to human agency in a world run by algorithms? This question is personal for me. My second grade teacher decided I was out of control because I couldn't stop telling stories. I spent the next 15 years medicated into oblivion, convinced I wasn't creative. I grew up stripped of my ambition and agency. History Emergent is the story that bubbled up when I finally broke free. This show asks, what if AI did this to all of humanity? To craft it, I drew from my time as an engineer at Apple and my work with 3D and 4D and immersive simulation at Tesla. It's Harry Potter meets The Matrix, a high-stakes exploration of the magic and ethical challenges brought by AI that goes well beyond the standard doom and gloom. It's a big swing, a full-season, near-future epic. The story is set in Atlas City, where history is simulated, reconciled, and rewritten to engineer peace. And every citizen is connected via a brain-computer stem. Our hero is Janice, a wild child raised offline by his paranoid, conspiracy-obsessed grandfather and their robot Yorick. After a violent showdown involving drones, booby traps, and police intervention, Janice is thrust into the heart of Atlas. When Janice gets his brain-computer stem, it opens a world of magical augmented reality. He meets friends Quincy and Portune, makes rivals Raz and her crew Kai and Lena, and learns about the Department of Objective Record, the Retroactive Management Division, and the mysterious Vortex Church. For Janice, Atlas is a gamified paradise, a chance for connection, and a future that finally makes sense. But Janice is an outlier. His divergent mind doesn't quite sync with his stem. He begins to see glitches, cracks in the narrative where the simulation fails, triggering traumatic memories he was never meant to recall. While Janice struggles to fit in, Outlanders, terrorist rebels who believe Atlas's peace is a lie enforced by STEM brainwashing, infiltrate the city using cloaking tech invisible to the STEMs, but visible to Janice. A manhunt erupts. Ram forces chase the rebels through the city's subterranean guts, but the Outlanders, aided by a legendary saboteur known as the Burrower, consistently outmaneuver them. Janice's unique abilities to see through the veil makes him the rope in a tug-of-war. Atlas executives see him as patient zero, needed to perfect their control algorithms. The Outlanders see him as the spark for revolution. Tensions explode in a siege on the city's identity servers. Janice attempts to play the hero, but uncovers the devastating truth about his parents and Atlas's violent origins. The siege fails. The Outlanders are scattered. Janice is captured and thrown into the Warp Ward, a digital purgatory designed to scrub his personality. In Continental Rift, a breakout episode, we reveal the true ambition of Atlas CEO Nox Ray. He is manipulating geopolitics to pass the Thought Transparency Initiative, a mandate allowing AI to read human intention, effectively ending free will. The story then leaps forward 5 years. The Warp Ward didn't fix Janice, it fractured him. A man hunting purpose, his radicalization from victim to rebel without a cause to rising figure in the digital underworld happens fast. He begins trafficking glitches, raw, unreconciled fragments of history that shift perspective like a digital psychedelic. In a world of curated perfection, Janus sells the only thing that feels real. His rise puts him on a collision course with Vesta Ray, Knox's granddaughter and the crown jewel of the Department of Objective Record. While Janus peddles chaos, Vesta engineers order. We meet Vesta hunting anomalies deep inside a Lincoln assassination simulation. When an attack on Door's servers releases a mind virus, Knox tasks her to aid the RAM crackdown on glitch dealers. Threshold of Fate drops us into the neon-soaked underworld of Babylon, where Janus is no longer a dealer. He's becoming a leader. While we barrel through the highs and lows of the black market, Vesta's Inquisition sees the contagion hit critical mass. Deep in a French Revolution simulation, historical figures transform into monsters as the narrative unravels. Vesta realizes the coordinated attack ties back to Janus. Cornered by Vesta and squeezed by the accelerating transparency vote timeline, Janus is forced to choose between the chaotic, dangerous freedom of the Outlanders and the safety of Atlas's perfect, engineered future. Their final confrontation, set against the ticking clock of Knox's thought transparency vote, will decide more than the fate of the city. It will decide the future of free will. Most dystopian stories warn about technology run rampant, destroying us all. History Emergent asks a harder, more urgent question. What happens when it saves us from ourselves? In Atlas, hunger, shelter, and war are solved. But this perfection births the crisis of tomorrow, the atrophy of the human spirit. This show explores the terrifying trade-offs of the coming age. If AI eliminates traditional struggles to guarantee peace, do we still have a purpose? Or are we just variables in a machine, in an equation? History Emergent is a call to arms for human agency. It argues that to take risks, make mistakes, find forgiveness, to own your own story, is what makes life worth living. This story is ready for liftoff. We need your help. Thank you.